Hey guys, we're going to look at the stage show going on today. Yesterday was COVID. Global warming was before that. Terrorists were before that. Every time they do a new thing, they change the infrastructure, take away the freedoms, and move towards the one world government thing. So, on the surface level, what's the news saying? Oh, poor Ukrainians. Oh, poor Ukraine. Oh, mean, evil Russia. Russia are the bad guys. Now, knee-jerk reaction to that is Russia's good, Putin's good, right? Putin's going to save us. The West has been overrun by evil bankers. Yes, true. We're all slaves in the West. We're all in happy slavery because we're in constant fear and constantly distracted and constantly entertained. And they give us, just enough money to live, not enough money to really make a dent in anything or build anything drastic. Keep us sick enough to make money off us, but not actually kill us. Because they want sick workers who are addicted to entertainment, right? That's our slavery, and we've been taken over. We've been overrun. Our government they hate us. Okay, the people that run the West hate us, and we are Westerners. There's no saving Europa. There's none of that's going to happen. So just let go. It's all been overrun. It's all corrupt. The only thing you can do is start a local community and teach your kids and build a local community, because you can't control how corrupt and far things have gone. There's no saving us. Nobody's coming to save us. There's no good guys anymore. There never was, in my opinion. All of these light world order guys, Hitler, Trump, Putin's a great example of that. So is Putin the good guy? Because the media say he's the bad guy, does that automatically make him the good guy? This is a quote from C.S. Lewis that I love, and I've been banging on about this, but he worded it better than me, obviously. The devil always sends errors into the world in pairs of opposites. He relies on your extra dislike of one to draw you gradually into the opposing one. So that's exactly what I say. It's the Hegelian dialect. It's the way that they play. It's the way that they play politics. Conservative versus liberal. It's the same old trick over and over and over and over. Is Putin the good guy? Absolutely not. There's no good guys anymore. Everyone with power in the world is under the control of the evil one. There's no good guys. So don't get your hopes up about any saviors. Don't join armies and think that you're gonna save the world. It's not going to happen. We're done. It's done. It's cooked. The whole world is run. It's a stage, and so then the next level is obviously Russia's good. Go Russia. They're both tricks. We don't have a dog in the fight. Okay, we're supposed to be removing ourselves from material, focusing on God. Wars are going to happen. Rumors of wars. This is a fantastic rumor of wars. Okay, the rumor is China and Iran and a bunch of other countries are going to join Russia, and there's going to be this big World War III. There's so much about the world that we don't know. When you realize how much you don't know, and you see that it's all just a stage show, it kind of becomes like a bad soap opera. And every time you turn on the TV and there's a new fear thing. So the way that they keep us... I talked about the West being enslaved by bankers, yeah. What they do, what they need. You watch boomers. Watch how boomers react to things. Okay, initially they're COVID's gonna kill us, and years after this narrative's just totally run dry, some of the boomers are now and I don't mean I'm not being mean to boomers. I'm just using them as an example. Your typical worldly. I watch the news and trust everything the news says person. I know nothing about how money works or the banking system, which has enslaved me, but I'm happy as long as I have my entertainment and my booze and my things to distract me from how bad and corrupt the world is. And they need constant fear to stay in that state of servitude. They need to be sick enough to be spending money on pharmaceuticals, totally reliant on oil, and just totally ingrained in the system. And they need to have a need for the entertainment, so that they have to be a part of the system to get their entertainment. It's a really clever way of enslavement, because the slaves are happy. so long as they're in fear, so long as they're scared of something, distracted by something, they've got something to think about when they want to be serious, and then they can tune out and unplug because of all the stress and watch mindless entertainment. It's a really clever system, and that's the system that owns the West. That's the NATO Ukraine side. Ukraine's a whole. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because there's a lot of layers here. But Ukraine's one of the most mineral-rich places on Earth. They got so much riches, and the West just have their fingers in it, and they're just taking it all. Not the West, the bankers. Let's just say Zionists, we could call them, but there's a lot of different groups. It's not just Zionists. Everybody's got their little fingers in the pie of Ukraine, right? So they're just totally corrupt, because if a person offers you $1 million to sell out your own people, 9 out of 10 people are going to do it. That's human nature, and that's why we constantly go in that Ouroboros cycle, because humans are fallen creatures, and we're dumb, and we're fickle, and we get easily excited. So Ukraine's a whole. The Russia-Ukraine thing's been going on forever, and this is nothing that just happened last night. This is just constant. They've been in a constant state. 20% of Ukraine is Russia. The history of Ukraine's horrifying. Look at the Holodomor. Look at what Stalin did. Literally just burned their farms down and just starved them. That place is a nightmare because it's so corrupt, and there's a lot of political ties between the West and Ukraine, and Russia's the savior gonna stand up against the West and be like, no, I'm looking after Putin's this good guy. He's a Trump Hitler kind of light world order figure. He's controlled by the same guys. All the wars have been fake. When you start looking at the wars, the first World War, a family, elite families just arguing and just send all the peasants to the slaughter. World War II, you look into that and it's just mind blowing how fake that all was. And there was no good guys. There was never any good guys. You have to kind of let go of a human savior, of a political solution. It's all. And yes, people have been legitimately assassinated for trying to stand up to the Western banking slavery system. But at the end of the day, there's all these secret societies, all these little ethnic groups, all these different cabals and stuff, and they all seemingly fight each other and seemingly kill each other, and we'll send these guys to war with these guys, rah rah rah. At the top, they don't care. They're making a ton of money. You know how profitable war is? How much money you make off of war. So yeah, sorry, I got way off topic. I can't remember what I was talking about, but the Ukraine and Russia thing's a stage show, and you can look into the reasons why, and there's lots of little reasons, and there's lots of little Putin was just trying to save his Russian people, and there's resources there, and they're fighting over the resources. It's Putin's going to save Europe and stuff, all that crazy stuff, and it's all, everything's owned, everything's controlled. There's no good guys, no bad guys. It's a stage show, and incidentally, this all kicked off. What was it? 22nd, second of the 22nd, 22 o'clock or whatever. All that occult numerology stuff. They changed the narrative at the occult numerology point. They changed the narrative, and you wake up the next morning and we've gone from kill a deadly virus to World War III, okay? And the boomers stay scared, and they stay in their little cozy coffin things that they've built around themselves, and they just keep their heads down and keep listening to the narrative. And, now I'm scared of this, okay? This is my new thing to think about and talk about and obsess about. So it's pretty sad, because it's literally a very boring soap opera that we're just constantly needing to be subjected to. What do you do about it? Because it's really, after a while, it's just, I have no interest in this stuff anymore. I'm just okay, what's the next thing? And what are they going to change now? It's all the hidden hand stuff. You got to look at what they do when they do this stuff. So during the corona, all the 5G tech rolled out, right? And everyone's going, 5G's bad, 5G's bad, 4G was bad, 3G was bad, 2G was bad. It's all bad. But every time they move us a step closer to the world government thing, and it can be one of two things. It can be, I think it'll be in a succession. So it'll be wars, rumors of wars, which is what we're seeing. And, depopulation, which they've written. This isn't conspiracy stuff anymore. You can read UN documents on the world's too populated. The whole global warming thing is to justify killing people. It's the whole they're cheering. The more babies that get aborted every year, it's cheering because yay, we're saving the planet. When really it's just demons just totally infested all these people. The UN's run by Satan, and all of their objectives and goals are Satan being like, oh, here's how you can justify destroying your own people, you idiots. And they do it, and they buy it, and they're like, yes, millions of dollars, yes, kill the babies, yes. It's really sad to watch us do the Ouroboros thing and just on and on we go in that cycle. So that's the black pill side of things. What you can do about it is you can build a community locally. You can't control your government, okay? My Australian government hates me. They hate me. I'm run by people that hate me. And they're controlled by people who serve Lucifer, okay? Totally demonic. And there's always two sides, like what what's his name, C.S. Lewis said. There's always two sides, and we need to be careful of the polar opposites and not get dragged into those arguments. Not get dragged into going for Russia or Ukraine. Not get dragged in going for a light world order thing or a dark world order thing, because eventually they lead to the same conclusion. It's a utopia where we can work together and build Babylon, right? It's all about rebuilding Babylon, and it's going to happen whether we like it or not. So, try not to get too obsessed about the stage show. Build local communities. At the end of the day, we talk about, what are we going to do? How much food have we got stored away? Do we have enough, provisions and stuff for when stuff hits the fan and we're in World War III and the economy collapses? The economy will collapse. They're going to destroy the economy. I said this at the start of the COVID stuff. It's like watching Fight Club and 12 Monkeys at once, because they're using a virus thing to destroy the economy, and that's the whole Fight Club movie is just about a great reset. Look, watch Fight Club again, and the conclusion, the end scene where he blows up all the banks, and it's a global financial reset. Brad Pitt's a very dark character, and all of his movies have very dark hidden meanings. So decode them if you like decoding Hollywood movies. At the end of the day, it's all a stage show. What we can do is build a community around us, build friends and family, instill Christian values into our kids, build those local communities. And at the end of the day, when everything collapses and everything falls over, all we're going to have is each other. Okay? The cans of food are going to run out. Your stockpiles of ammo, if you're American or whatever, it's all going to run out. It's all going to run dry. Eventually, all you're going to have is your community. And if you've built a community now, it's going to be strong. You don't want to be chasing your tail. You don't want them to flip the internet off, totally destroy the economy, make a loaf of bread cost $1,000, and you be totally isolated and not have community around you. That's a very vulnerable position to be in. At the end of the day, if that does happen, letting go of that and realizing, hey, there's more to this all than life and death. There's something beyond death that I can have hope in. And once you learn enough, like I always say, if you take all the pills, all the red pills, you learn as much as you can about how the world works, you realize it's just God and the devil. And Grandma was right from the beginning. It's all about Jesus. And once you have that hope, once you let go of material, let go of I'm so scared of this. I'm so scared of that. Russia's going to kill me. Putin's going to kill me. Ukraine's going to kill me. The virus is going to kill me. Global warming is going to kill me. Once you realize that's all a trick, just to keep the mind control going, and you're like, what are they going to do? Are they going to kill me? Because that sends me to heaven. It's a total shift. It turns everything upside down. And you're like, okay, shoot me in the head then. Send me home. There's a time when Paul in the Bible, he talks about, I don't know whether it's better to live or die. If I die, I go to heaven. But if I live, I've got a job to do. So we need to be busy doing those jobs that God has given us, and also be willing to let go of your life. There's more to it. Once you understand how the world works, there's no getting around that God is real. Then you look into the things that the Bible says. You can be fussy and stubborn like I was, and look into every religion and try and figure out historically who had prophecies and which one lines up with what actually happens. You read the Bible, it explains all of this through a perfect lens, and it all makes sense. And it's all like, it's demonic powers that are working together over a long period of time to rebuild the original rebellion against God. And it all makes sense. It all clicks, all the puzzle pieces fall into place, and you're like, it's a stage show. I've been watching Jerry Springer for the last however many years of my life. And it's to keep you disconnected from God. That's the whole point. So, God bless, guys. Have hope. There's always hope. So you can either have hope in building a community around you, a solid community, and survive a little bit longer, and give your kids something that's gonna give them an option to eat when they can't buy or sell because they need the mark of the beast to buy or sell. Isn't it funny how this book from 2,000 years ago specifically describes a worldwide economy that can be totally controlled digitally? There's no other way to do that. How can you not buy or sell? How can some authority figure be standing in a shop out in the backwoods somewhere and say, oh no, you can't actually use that $10 note to buy that chocolate? The only way to do it is digitally. And that was prophesied in the Bible a long time ago. God's outside of time, and he can give us messages and give us warnings about this stuff. There's going to be wars and rumors of wars. There's going to be people claiming they're Jesus. Spirituality is going to go back up. The New World Order comes as this like phoenix. It's like a rebirth. So all the atheism stuff, which is totally just absolutely mindless. You have to have the IQ of a house brick to be an atheist. I don't even think there is any real atheists. I think they're all just angry at God. And that comes out in, I don't believe in God. God can't be real because he's a mean jerk and I hate him. Eventually it's going to be, enlightenment. Like become God. And it's the same. Every puzzle piece fits. Everything that they do fits. And we're all going to become gods through enlightenment, and possibly through the technology stuff that's going on with the AI and all that, which is an interesting rabbit hole too. But that's enough for today, I reckon, guys. Don't be sucked into the polarization. Don't think that anybody's going to come and save you, because they're not. Jesus is the answer to all of your problems. All the answers are in the Bible. The lens that the Bible gives makes all of this stuff make sense. Otherwise, you keep putting your faith in things, and that faith ends up getting destroyed because you find out a new fact that, Putin's controlled by the Zionists. Oh no, now I've lost all hope. No, your hope shouldn't have been there in the first place. Your hope shouldn't have been in Trump. Your hope should be in Jesus, and not in this world. Not even in this world at all. Okay? We need to focus on God. Stop focusing on what's going on around us as much. Don't be excitable, because that's how the devil tricks us. He gets us excited about his stage show, and the whole world's a cult. That's it. God bless. I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Don't freak out. Build communities and let go of the material. Put your faith in Jesus Christ.